Welcome to this week's edition of Outdoors Online, a weekly webcast produced by the North Dakota Game and Fish Department. I'm your host, Tom Jensen. Hunting seasons are about to shift into high gear. Fall fishing should be picking up very soon. We're going to talk about ways that hunters and anglers can help our state's game wardens. My guest this week is Chief Enforcement Officer Bob Timian. We're going to talk about the RAP program. RAP, of course, stands for Report All Poachers. It's a very important tool in helping wardens enforce wildlife laws. Bob, tell me how the RAP program works.
Well, the RAP program essentially is a call-in program. So if a violator, somebody's out there violating, and somebody from the public, generally a sportsman or somebody, sees what they think is a violation, we have phone numbers that they can call in. They can call into or they can call the warden directly or the Game and Fish Department here to report what they see as a possible violation so that our officers can investigate.
I know a reason that a lot of people don't call in these violations is they think, oh, this person's going to get mad at me, but they remain anonymous actually, right?
Yeah, that's
and they could get a reward.
That is one of the tenets of the program, is that people who call in may remain anonymous. We do take that very seriously. So if the person says, I want to give you the information, but I don't want my name used, or I don't want to be involved beyond that, we do adhere to that very strictly.
It seems like in this age of high technology, everyone has a cell phone or some kind of portable device that they can contact the wardens.
Yes, Tom. In the last several years, once with the advent of cell phones, it's made the ability of the persons in the field to call us really enhanced that. I mean, and what that did is timeliness. I mean, the sooner we can get that information, the more likelihood that we can investigate, and if it is in fact a violation, to solve it and bring the person before the court system. Timing is critical, and so don't wait. We've had in the past, we've had people say, well, you know, I'm calling you today and it's a week, 2 weeks, sometimes months later, and we still take the information in and make case, but when you see it, that's the best time to call it in, immediately.
Let's walk the viewers through the process. If someone witnesses a violation, what should they do?
Well, when someone witnesses what they believe to be a violation, and the reason I say believe to be a violation, we have had people call in that when we investigate, it turned out not to be a violation. But don't let that dissuade you from calling. If you think you see a violation, call it in. We will investigate and determine it. But the process is really relatively simple. If you see something that you think is a violation, get on your cell phone, call the 1-800 number, call the warden direct if you know his number. All our wardens have cell phones. Call our enforcement office at Game and Fish or the Game and Fish direct line during business hours, and the person on the other end will walk you through and ask questions about what you saw and get information. A description of the people. What exactly did you see? Did you get a vehicle description? Did you get a license plate number off the vehicle? Those are all bits and pieces of information that help solve the case.
One thing that people should keep in mind is that they are observers, they're not enforcers. So don't confront the possible violator themselves.
Exactly, Tom. That's our job. You're just reporting what you saw, and to the best of your ability.
What kind of violations are we talking about here, Bob? I know there's a whole range of hunting and fishing illegalities, if you want to call them that, but there are some that are more common than others.
Generally the calls, and this isn't just hunting, it's fishing. We get calls from people reporting, for fishing, it's generally people exceeding their limit, going out 2 and 3 times in a day, commonly known as double dipping. Those types of calls for fishing. Hunting, it can be over limit where somebody sees like ducks or geese or pheasants, somebody shooting too many, or big game, shooting out of season at night. Those are some of the more common ones.
What kind of information, if they witness something that they believe is a violation, should people gather?
Well, first of all, if you on your cell phone, if you're where you can take a picture, click the little picture on your cell phone.
Sure.
Especially the vehicle or the people. But don't put yourself in a position where you're confronting the potential violators. Just everything they saw, vehicle description, license plate number on the vehicle, description of the
clothing descriptions, I would assume.
Description of the people, what you saw them do. And normally when you call in, especially if you call in directly to one of the wardens, the warden will go through the questions with you and try to elicit what you're actually seeing. Also your location, telling them exactly where you are.
Sure. The phone number is obviously very important, Bob, and they can find it right on their hunting and fishing license.
That's correct. It's also posted on our website. It's in most of our publications that you get North Dakota Outdoors or any of our publications. We post that number. It's also on signs we put around. We have wrap signs that we post at different locations around the state, and those phone numbers are on there. So we try to make it as public as we can. If you happen to be somewhere and you don't remember the phone number, but you know how to get a hold of Game and Fish, just call the office directly. They'll connect you with who you need to be connected.
All right, Bob, thanks. There are a number of hunting seasons opening in the next month and a half or so. Dove season opens on Thursday, September 1st, and the archery, deer and pronghorn, and the mountain lion seasons all open on Friday, September 2nd. The season for grouse and partridge opens on Saturday, September 10th, and the annual youth deer season opens September 16th. Youth waterfowl season is set for September 17th, and the early waterfowl season for residents only opens Saturday, September 24th, while the regular waterfowl season and the youth pheasant season open Saturday, October 1st. Pronghorn firearms season is set to begin on Friday, September 30th, and the pheasant season in North Dakota opens on Saturday, October 8th. For Chief Warden Bob Timian and the rest of the staff here at North Dakota Game and Fish, thanks for joining us for Outdoors Online. See you again next week.